What's up? Hey, what you doing? I'm only doing this like just to test things out. But if you want to chat, let's chat. I got a couple people in here. What's up, everybody? Hey, Gil. What's up? I'm just doing this to chat it up a little bit. It's cold and I'm bored. And I wanted to talk about a couple things, carrot challenge and everything else. So, yeah. Where are the other two people? Come on, people. What's up? So who is up for the carrot challenge? Who wants to do that? It's going to be a lot of fun. I have so many people that have signed up for it already. It's crazy. I wasn't expecting that. Like, people are really into it this year. So that's pretty cool. I'm also going to do, I have a giveaway coming up. So I'm going to do that as well. So that's going to be fun. What else? I don't know. Get in the chat. Let's talk. I got 4 people. Come on, people. What else? Who's cold out there? Everybody cold? Hey, Primal Cajun. Hey, Tinker's wife. Yeah, it's okay. I'm just talking about it, and you don't have to. That's fine. I understand, Tinker's wife. Hey, you never know. Okay. All right. I'm going to tell you my carrot story. I know. When I first planted my row of carrots, my very first year, I didn't know crap about carrots. Nothing about them. And I was like, well, I'm just going to plant them in the ground. Hey, Gunslayer. How you doing? So I didn't really know crap about carrots when I first planted them. Okay. So I planted these kaleidoscope carrots, And I was like, well, I've never had a purple carrot at that point. Hey, Big Dreams Homestead. I never had a purple carrot. I never had a white carrot. I was like, well, I'm going to try this out. So I planted them. Man, it was a pain in the butt. Like, when they sprouted, I didn't, they sprouted in the ground. I put them in the ground instead of putting them in like a raised bed. And because at that point in time, we didn't have raised beds, which I'm so glad now that we do. We just added like 400 square feet of raised beds too. So freaking cool. Hey, Jay. So I planted them in the ground and I was like, man, I don't think these things are even going to make it. Not going to make it at all. So I was like, okay, give it a try. I was out there on my hands and knees because, when they first sprout, you think they're a weed. So I didn't want to pull them. So I was like, So I'm out there on my hands and knees. I'm picking some of the weeds. My mom comes over. My mom knew more about carrots than I did at that time. She comes over. She's like, Courtney. She's like, because I didn't even think I had anything. I just kind of let it overrun. I was like, I'm not going to get anything. No big deal. She comes over. She's like, Courtney, you got carrots in there. She's like, I'm going to come over. I'm going to help you. She never came over and helped me pick them, but she's old, so I didn't expect her to. So I went out there and she showed me what they looked like. So I went out there and I picked all the weeds. And probably about July 1st or something, I pulled them. And you can see, I think I still have it on one of my intro videos. You can see my mom has them in her arms and she like pulled out a ton of them. That was my first experience with carrots. And I didn't do anything special with them. Like, nothing at all. I just kind of tilled the ground a little bit and popped them in there and I got freaking carrots. I was super excited. We made a roast and put them in there and they were pretty scrumptious. The white ones were kind of hot though. Wasn't expecting that. They had a completely different flavor. They weren't like, at that point, I had never had a carrot like from the ground. Like, never. Like, I always bought them in the store and they're sweet. Yeah, that's what you expect. I popped all the carrots in my mouth. I was like, oh, I love carrots. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, that's actually spicy. Groundhog would have showed you which plants. Yeah, you know what? Oh, I'm going to tell you, Jay, I'm going to tell you a funny freaking story about groundhog, right? By the way, my garden is completely fenced in. So nothing really can get in there unless the rats from the barn decide to come in. But I really hope so. Yeah, it was spicy. And I think it was just because I didn't know crap about carrots. And it had to do with the soil, and then, of course, the temperature and stuff like that. So it was kind of like it was kind of spicy, and it wasn't like hot, like I'm like having a hot pepper or anything, but it was pretty hot. So anyway, see this. I can see everything from my kitchen, everything. I can watch my chickens. I can see my garden. I can see everything from my kitchen window. I have a huge picture window in my kitchen, right? So I'm doing dishes and I'm standing there and I see this groundhog literally come up on my front porch. I was like, oh, hell no. I opened the door. Oh, I hit my dog in the face. This is my dog. This is Otis. Say hi, Otis. So I I opened the door and I run out on the porch. I was like, get off my porch. And it goes scattering. It was more scared of, I'm not scared of animals like that. Like I was running, they're more scared of me than I am of them. So I'm running after it. It comes flying out. I was like, oh my God, thank God we have like a fence around the garden, or that sucker probably would have been in the garden because it ran into we have like my grandpa always used to call it a carport, but we have this thing attached to our garage, and you better not be messing around back there. You better lay down. So yeah. I chased that sucker off my porch so fast. But yeah, and then my mom has had issues with groundhogs and stuff, and it ate all of her. She has like these daisies. Like when I lived at home many, many years ago, like 20 years ago, I loved gardening. I loved gardening then, and I planted all these Shasta daisies like all over the place. And I planted them from seed too. And then those ones come back every year. So I planted those, and that groundhog ate all those suckers last year. And they had been in the ground for years. I was ticked. Spicy carrot or misidentified Carolina Reaper. Definitely not a Carolina Reaper because we grow those. Moruga, Satan, and Carolina Reapers we grew one year. And my husband, I have a video of it. You got to check that out. It was the title says, trying the world's hottest pepper at our family reunion. So my mom decided to have a family reunion that year. And my husband thought it'd be funny if he went over to our garden and picked the Moruga Satan ones and like had people try them. So we had my brother and a friend of the family and my husband, they all decided to try just a little piece. It was just a little piece. It wasn't the whole pepper. And they all tried it. And my husband, like, all of a sudden you see him going off the camera and he's like throwing up because it was that hot. It was like, he said it was just like when he bit into it, it just kept getting more and more and more intense with like every breath he took. So yeah, that was funny. And then my brother doesn't like milk. And so I had milk like sitting around. So just in case it got super hot, like ridiculously hot. And my brother's drinking milk and he doesn't like milk. So he's like, I don't know what tore me up, the milk or the pepper. Have you ever seen Groundhog that one guy hosts at his house? Hey, no, get down now. Have you seen the groundhog that one guy hosts at his house? Darn thing has a family now. Videos of them eating produce. He feeds them. No, I've never seen that. See, around here, we got I have maybe 2 houses down. There's a field and it's like 200 acres or something like that. And farmers, they're hardcore farmers. They're out there. They plant every year and stuff like that. And they, I've seen what groundhogs do to the fields and the tractors and stuff like that. We don't keep those around here very often. The one I chased off the porch, obviously I didn't have my gun or I would have shot it. But yeah, so I can't stay long. I was on Gale Southern Living getting ready to go to put Z to bed. Okay, it's cool. This was just like a random thing. Yeah, I got your email. I haven't done my emailing yet, but I will do it tonight. I was waiting because I've been getting massive emails all at once. So I was waiting to do everything at once. But you're gonna get the rules and everything sent to you for the carrot challenge. I saw a groundhog last year across the street from where I work. Darn thing looked like it was over. I know, they're fat. They're fat. Oh gosh, my uncle lives down the street, right? And he had this. Okay, cool. Thanks, Tinker's wife. Appreciate it. Um, my uncle lives down the street, and he had this huge groundhog underneath his shed, right? I mean, it was like creating this massive hole, right? So my husband, he just bought one of those traps, that you have to wind. You have to wind it down with a thing, with a tool, and I mean, the trap was freaking huge, right? So he put it underneath that shed, and that thing flattened that sucker. I have pictures of it, I think, on my Facebook or something. That we caught this mass. I mean, that thing was huge. He held it up by its tail, and it was just, I mean, it was huge. Those things can get massive. The thing that farmers don't like about it is they make these giant freaking holes. And then when they drive their tractors and stuff, their tractors get stuck or they become unstable and they can flip their tractor and they can die. I mean, it's a serious thing. So, okay, cool. I will send you the rules for sure. And you'll probably get that email tonight if you're up. I stay up on the late night. I have trouble sleeping. So that's kind of why I did this live too, because I can't sleep, and I thought I would chat it up with people and have people try to, get to know me. You can ask me any questions too. I'm not a shy person, so, but anything that's not perverse, obviously, I'm not going to answer that. But you can ask me any questions you want. I am going to do a giveaway. I want to tell you what happened to me. Right, I almost peed my pants. I was so excited. Hey, homegrown wife. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. This is just like my carrot challenge talk, and I'm just chatting it up. And yeah, so I thought it'd be fun. So anyway, I got on Prepping 101. I was on his channel, and I was super excited. I stayed for maybe like 20 minutes. We were talking it up. I was talking about when the power goes out, like what to use for my well, because I do have access to water, but when the power goes out, you don't have a well pump. So it was like we were talking about that, and if the power goes out in certain situations like that. So I got off, and I was at like 402 subscribers. When I got off of there, I was at 464. I about crapped my pants. Seriously, I was so excited. That's never happened to me. Like that kind of stuff never happens to me. And so I was super excited. Now I'm at like 464, and this all happened like within a matter of 11 hours because I did a live, asking people to subscribe to my channel, and I gained 2 subscribers that day, and then all of a sudden, bam, I was at 464. So pretty cool experience for me. And I was super excited. So I wanted to do a giveaway for a long time. I have a bunch of seeds. So I'm going to do a seed giveaway. I love seeds. Like I am a seedaholic, I guess you would say. So I have a ton of seeds, and I collect all different kinds of different things. And so I'm going to do a seed giveaway. I don't know when that will be yet. I wanted to wait because one, I wanted to wait to make sure that all my subscribers stick, because I had a situation where I gained a bunch. I was at like 397 after I was on Gil's, actually. Gil, Camp Patton Family Compound. I was on his live, and everyone's like, oh, subscribe to Courtney, and I was like so grateful. So cool. It's so cool. And I love that because then you get to know people too. So cool. And so I was on there. I gained like a whole bunch of subscribers. I was at like 397 when I got off there. An hour later, I lost all those subscribers. I was at like 387 or something like that. And I was like, what the heck, man? And I text some people. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, do people hate me that much? I'm like, God, I'm a goof. I'm goofy, whatever. I mean, I guess if you don't like to laugh, that's a problem, whatever. So I, text some people, oh, it's a YouTube glitch, it's a YouTube glitch, whatever. And the next day I was still at 387. So I had to make that up, and I did. I made it up. I was at to 400 before you know it, and I gained 2 more subscribers. So it kind of helped me over the hump. And then all of a sudden, bam, I was at 464. So cool for my channel. We're going to do a lot of cool things this year, and the carrot challenge is one of them. Old-fashioned hand pump for I'm thinking about I don't know if you're all familiar, but we're obviously in Ohio. I think, Jay, you're from Ohio, but Layman's Hardware has a whole collection of different types of hand pumps and stuff you can get for your well. So I'm really considering it. And Hartville Hardware, I don't know if you're aware, but I live like 15 minutes away from Hartville Hardware here in Ohio, and they just bought out Layman's Hardware. So it's a big Amish community and stuff like that. So I think what they're going to do is I'm really hoping that they combined it, and I hope that Hartford Hardware gets some things that Layman does that they don't have that Layman has. That'd be kind of cool because then it'd be like close to my house. But Layman's, I think, is about an hour and a half, I think, or something like that from my house. So that was YouTube all reacting and taking them away so they could verify that they were not a bot. Yeah, I kind of figured, like when so many people subscribe like all at once like that, they probably think that it is a bot or something like that, or it's spam or something. Oh my gosh, Uncle Al! I so missed you tonight. I realized that you were busy and you're out there saving the world and stuff, but I missed you. Yes, they do take more out if you're not used to it. Yeah. So it is what it is, but now I am higher than I ever been before. And it's funny, Gil commented on my Facebook, he's like, you might make it to 500 but before you do your 400 subscriber giveaway. I'm like, yeah, I might. That'd be kind of cool, When I first started this, I was just so happy to get 100 subscribers, y'all. Seriously, wasn't expecting it. I'm just doing this to, collect the memories and stuff for my son, and it means so much. Growing up, you don't think about that stuff. I grew up with a lot of old people, a ton. My great aunts and uncles mainly, and they all live so close to me, and I lived next door to my grandparents all my life. So I still am really close with the ones that are still here, my great aunts and uncles. And so, growing up with them and stuff like that, you learn so much. And I never had those camera memories, like that's not something you think about when you're a kid, or and I have one like cassette tape of me talking to my grandpa, which means the world to me. Oh my God, I'm gonna choke up thinking about it. Like that means so much to me because I loved my grandparents so much, So I have one cassette tape of me talking, and it was when I was a little girl too. So I don't even think I could talk really at that time. So it means a lot. And a lot of young kids these days don't think about that, or they don't have that family unit anyway. So they really don't even think about it. But I want to try and make those memories and take as many pictures as possible and stuff like that. It's just something that you don't think about. And it's definitely means something to me. So I definitely want to think about it and do it. So I was excited when I got 38 subscribers. Yeah, I know. It's exciting. Oh my God. My mom is my mom loves to gamble. Okay. It's so funny. So, and she's old. I'm like, let her spend her money however she wants and go gambling. So every once in a while we'll go there. We don't live too far from two gambling places. So we'll go to the gambling place and we'll have some fun. And I never spend more than 100. Like I'd like $80 is usually my cap. If I just win $20, I'm like screaming like I just won like $1,000 or something, like, oh my gosh. And then I have people around me. I know this one time I was playing and I won $400. That's the most I've ever won in my life, right? And I'm like screaming. I had this lady next to me and she's like clapping her hands and like we're having such a good time. And like the security guard's over here and he's like, yeah, you won. And I'm like, yeah, what? And it said like, I forget it. I was playing a penny machine. So the penny machine was like, it has way more money across the screen and I wasn't paying attention. I'm like, oh my God, did I just win like $4,000? And my mom's like, no, it's a penny machine. So I was so stinking excited, man. I won that $400. I was so proud. Yeah, that was a good night. You were blessed to have had them around in your life. I didn't have mine around me except for the rare visits. Yep. And like the funny part is my great grandmother lived down the street, so I had her in my life. She lived to be 100, so I've had her in my life all my life, you know. And my great aunts and uncles lived down the street from me. So at one point in time, my entire family lived on my road. So we were very close with my grandparents. And then my other aunts and uncles and stuff, they just like lived a street down. So even then, it's like I was still, really close with them. And so, at one point in time, people get older and stuff. And I lost my grandmother, my great grandmother, and one of my great aunts, all in the same year. They were months apart from each other. So I had like a lot of funerals and once, and it sucks because I knew them so well, and you get to know them, and then they passed away, and so, and now he's like, we don't really have my family was huge, and now it's like dwindling away and stuff like that, and so it makes it difficult, makes it really hard. And my husband doesn't, he has family and stuff, but they're not, it's not as big as what my family was. So I got banned from most places. From the game. Yeah. If you count cards or count cards, you're in trouble, Uncle Al. You're not supposed to do that kind of stuff. Bullfrog, you break the house too many times, they're going to get a bit suspicious. Yeah, I would say so. I'm not that I'm not that smart to count cards, but that would be kind of cool to be that smart. Good for you, Uncle Al. But yeah, so anyway, if you are interested, back to the carrot challenge, if you are interested in doing this carrot challenge, I highly suggest you just do it. I mean, why not? Just join the carrot challenge. You can document from the very beginning what you're doing too. You got to use the hashtag, but you can document right from the beginning what you're doing, how you're doing it. And at the end, it's July 1st. I'm going to have a huge thing, live stream, and I'm going to invite people up or whatever, and we're going to do a weigh-in and figure out who won. And you'll get a certificate, which gives you street cred. And then, of course, there's two categories. One is for the longest, and one is for the one that weighs the most. So you'll win, either one or the other category. And we're going to give away prizes. And the only thing is for the UK people and the Australian people, I can't give away seeds. So the prize is going to be something else. So I think they have a huge thing with customs, and you have to pay big money to send seeds and stuff over there. So I just didn't want to be a part of that. So I'll just send something that else, garden related. I'll send it, and they'll get that. I won $15K in Reno and never gambled again. I didn't want to give it back. Yeah, that's the truth, man. I didn't gamble after I won that $400. I pocketed that crap. I wasn't gonna. I think I plant carrots somehow turns into a MJ plant. I don't know nothing about that. I pass on carrot challenge. Sorry, Corey. It's okay. I get it. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, man, I don't know all the ins and outs of that either. So I'm just gonna send. We're working on the gifts. And figuring out what we're going to send and stuff like that. But yeah, but I am doing a giveaway. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet. I am going to do a giveaway, a seed giveaway. I have a ton of seeds, and I am going to do that. What? Primal Cajun? I had a giveaway on my site and plan on giving an Amazon. Yeah. That's a really good idea. That's a good idea. I would do that. I doubt I will be able to plant at all this year. Hopefully winter garden. Yeah. Oh, this weather sucks, doesn't it? Oh, it sucks. Just not something that's good. And I feel really bad for the people in Texas because, if you're not used to this stuff, well, Louisiana too. If you're not used to this stuff, it's hard on you. It's hard on your animals specifically too. Yeah, I feel bad. Well, right now it's like 3 degrees here, and we're not technically used to that here. I mean, it gets cold here, but it don't get that cold usually. Sometimes, well, I remember a couple times last year, I think, or a couple years back, it was like in the negatives. I'd like turn on my car and my car would tell me it was like -4. And so, yeah, that sucks. But yeah, yeah, I don't believe that in global warming. So, but yeah, I guess it does balance that whole scenario out. Ready for round 2 by Wednesday. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. As my grandmother used to say. Ugh. Ugh. She was German, so ugh. Well, this does balance. Okay. I already read that. Sorry. Ready for round 2 by Wednesday. Well, I got to get going. Thanks again for helping this morning. Oh, you're welcome. I support you, Patty. I love you. You're so freaking smart. Wow, you're an amazing person. So thanks for being so cool. Primal Cajun, did you see my earlier suggestions? I probably didn't. Oh, are you talking about the Amazon gift card thing? Yeah, I think I might do that. That seems smart. Snow, slushy, ice. Yeah, it just sucks here. We don't have slushy ice. We just have crispy snow. And it's like cold and hard. You couldn't even make a snowman if you wanted to. Ugh. I believe in global warming if they another Neanderthals did not have all those campfires going. We will still have ice sheets all over the place. Oh, that's funny. No, I do believe in climate change, but I don't believe that we're doing it. That's, yeah. I think, well, I guess it doesn't really matter what I think, but I do believe in climate change. And therefore, the climate does change, right? I just don't believe that we're affecting it. I think it's going to do whatever the heck it wants to do. Does that make sense? I guess. Know about growing the same seeds for next year's challenge. I'll buy the world record carrot seeds from the UK, and then we can all grow the same seeds. Oh, that'd be sweet. Yeah, if you want to do that. Yeah. You're already thinking ahead. Man. Oh, wow. Yeah, if you want to do that, that's cool. We can do that. I'm down with that. I think what we have planted thus far, we planted Denver carrot and oxheart. And we're going to see how big we can get those suckers. So, and you can use any means necessary. There's no, hey, cat without the hat. What's hanging? Having meat and potatoes. Dustin. Is Dustin in here? Oh, Dustin's not in here. He's working. He has to work in this crap. My husband works for the hospitals and stuff. So even if the weather's crappy, he's considered special. So he has to go out there. Hey, Dave. I just decided this is just a random live. This is not my day or anything like that. Oh, speaking of which, I'm having Mary's heirloom seeds tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So come by and check us out. This is going to be our first interview. And I'm super excited. It's going to be a first like online thing too. She's never done that before. She does videos, but she never does lives. And so I'm super excited. Plus she's super cool. It's like I love to pick her brain on plants and stuff like that and what she has going on. And by the way, keep this between me and you guys, but check out her Mary's heirloom seeds because they have seeds other places don't have, and they're cheap, and she doesn't have shipping. So go over there and check it out. Keep it between me and you though, okay? I don't believe that there's a seed shortage either. I just think that's a gimmick to get people to hoard more seeds. That's just my thoughts on it. So anyway, go over to Mary's Heirloom Seeds and check it out because she has seeds. I just ordered a bunch actually because I am one of those weirdo seed hoarders. I just bought some jicama seeds, which Baker Creek ran out of. So I bought some jicama. I'm going to try doing that because I can't do potatoes. And I got some I got some comfrey. Oh, and guess what? I'm so excited about this because I love onions. She had ramps, the seeds for ramps. So I'm going to try and grow those suckers. Hey, Howie. Oh my gosh. I was just going to talk about this and I wanted to pick your brain on it. Okay. So I have like on this side yard and I rarely ever videotape it. It's because it's not pretty to look at, really, I guess you'd say. And it's not abundant like my garden is. But my side yard over here has like 5 apple trees, 2 pear trees. I mean, it just has a bunch of stuff. Well, the previous owners didn't take care of them, so they're not really pretty to look at, whatever. But I'm going to try and turn it into a food forest. I'm going to bring in some mulch, and I got some comfrey seeds. I'm going to try and grow some comfrey over there and kind of turn it into like a food forest. I got some hardy kiwi growing over there too. And I just got some seeds for maypop. So I'm excited about growing those as well. I've never grown May apples or whatever they're called. I've never grown those before. And I was told that those can get like 60 feet tall, which that is super cool. I want to do that, right? Who doesn't want to grow a plant that's like 60? I got a freaking wisteria and that thing hasn't grown 60 feet tall yet. But maypop, I just might do that. I'm in 6B. The maypops that we're growing are hardy enough for this climate. I guess word on the street is that they just, die off in the wintertime and they'll pop right back up in spring. So people can grow them in Connecticut and stuff. So I figured that's a much colder climate than here. So I'm going to try it. But yeah, I'm going to try and do a food forest over there. There's this free mulch dumping thing. I'm going to sign up for it and see if they will dump off mulch for that. Okay. I'm not quite into the food forest thing just yet. We're doing this because we don't really want to mow around all those trees. That's why we're doing this. But if I put mulch down, we won't get grass. It'll look neater. I can plant my comfrey over there. It'll kind of look like something. I need to do more research. That's what I need to do. But I'm considering it. 60 foot tall. What happens if it falls on you during a stout wind? I don't know. We're going to trellis it up. But they do. They can get up to 60 foot tall. And then they grow these little fruits on them. Apparently, like the leaves and stuff are poisonous, so you don't want to eat those. But passion flower. Yeah. That's what it is. Passion flower. Some of them, there's 2 different varieties, I guess. One, you can eat the flower, and then one you can eat the flower, but you have to boil it first. You have to cook it because it has some kind of, I think it has cyanide in it, like some elderberries. And then they grow this little green apple thing. And I guess it's so super good for you. It's like fruit of the gods or something. So I'm going to try it. Layers of biomass. Okay. I'm really going to have to look into this because I really want to do that. There's a huge pine tree that's blocking out most of the sunlight for those trees. So we're going to chop that down and get rid of that. And I have a cute little pear tree right next to that pine tree. And I got 1 pear on it last year. It's like, I think that's the reason why it's not getting sunlight. And so we'll see. Check out my playlist on, cross-section diagram on how to free and easy, simple, and fast. Okay, cool. I definitely will, because that's definitely something I want to do. Hey, maybe that will take out the groundhog. I don't know. We'll see about that. We have like more acreage out back, so I don't know. We'll see. We don't really get a whole lot of wildlife here. I think I saw, hey, Cosmic Chariot. How you doing? We don't really get a whole lot of wildlife here. I see a coyote. I can hear the coyote, like big time. If you have the windows open in the summertime, you can hear them howling out back. I have an owl that loves to stalk my birds, and I hear that. And I love owls and stuff like that. But then I always loved them. I always wanted to like join a bird watching thing at night and stuff. But now that I am experiencing this owl and it's like going after my birds, I'm just like kind of like, ugh, they're not as beautiful as they once were. Kind of makes you mad. I grew up snacking on fruits growing wild here. It's like eating a pomegranate seeds. Okay, cool, cool. I'm excited about growing it. I really am. It's gonna be fun. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're doing great, the Cosmic Chariot. I'm glad the planets are in line for you. So cool. Cat in the Hat, take care, Whyde. Have to go. Oh, I'm sorry, Cat in the Hat. I'm sorry, I called you Cat in the Hat. Cat without the hat. Cool. Okay. Have a good night, honey. Yeah, so I'm talking about a couple things this evening. I'm going to have a giveaway, and I don't know when yet, but I'm having Mary from Mary's Heirloom Seeds tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please support her and check that out. And then I'm doing a carrot challenge. Carrot challenge. Oh, I should do a like a little bit for that or something. So when I do my lives for it or something, I can make like a little song for it or something. Carrot challenge, yeah, or something like that. That is like people that have a bird feeders then complain when a hawk swoops. Yeah, for reals. Like, duh, yeah, you just set up a buffet. Yeah, totally understand. Totally understand. Nature builds soil 1 inch every 10 years. You can build a pathway soil bank to layer 10 inches in the day. Cool. I really want to learn how to do that because we have the setup for it and over there. I just, and not only that, I do want fruit on those trees. It's more about getting those trees to fruit because they're not. And when they do fruit, they get holes and they get nasty. And so I don't want to spray. I'm not into that. I don't want to spray them. The apples that we've had tried on those trees, my husband tried the one stinking pear. It was like this big. I was so mad. He's like, that was the best pear I ever had. I'm like, yeah, you just ate the only pear on that tree. I was so mad. But the apples that we've had on those trees are good if you can find one that doesn't have worms and crap in it. I might have videos of the fruit trees. It's probably some older video that I tried to do, an 80s montage or something too. Okay, I really love video and camera work and stuff like that. I wouldn't say necessarily my videos are YouTube friendly, like as far as the human eye, like what people want to see, because I love like taking pictures of flowers and doing little montages and crap like that. But people don't want to see that. They just want to get to the point on YouTube. And so I cut myself back from doing that. So my older videos do have some of that if you were interested in watching. I did some of that creativeness, Do you have video of them? Oh, I already read that. Sorry. Hey, AB Foods, what's up? Nice video of your live, enjoying it thoroughly. Like 13 from me. Cool. Might need to have a soil analysis done on your soil for mineral and yeah, we might. Well, the previous owner, they thought they were just going to have this beautiful farm here. We planted all these trees. I have these beautiful cherry trees that line the driveway. And stuff like that. But they just thought they were just gonna, I don't know. And then they bit off way more they could chew. And so there's still remnants of stuff like that here. And those trees, they were not properly cared for. So we got to figure out something. I do have 2 really old apple trees in the back property. They're about 40 years old and they get tons of apples on them, tons. And they're just like those regular green apples. They're not anything special. The one year I told my husband, I said, well, let's put them in sawdust and save them in the barn or something in a cool, dark place. I said, the birds might like a snack every once in a while. So every once in a while we were digging in there and dumping them out for the birds. They're not sour apples. I don't know what kind of trees they are because my grandfather planted them. There's 2 and they're really huge. I mean, they're big trees. Like you could never pick from the top of them ever because you couldn't unless you got a ladder, an extension ladder or something. But yeah, so montages and pictures do well as shorts. They have to be vertical in less than 1 minute. Yeah, I know. But when I first started YouTube, I just thought I was going to be this, I don't know, creative, and I didn't care and whatever. And this year is the year of caring. So I'm really working hard on my videos and pushing out the content and educating people, doing prepping, doing seeds, doing garden, stuff like that. So really working hard at it. And hopefully people see the huge difference. Some of those videos I don't have out. I have them on private. But some of the videos you can actually see, you'll see my trees and stuff like that. But it's in the older section. And I think I actually have a playlist that says old videos or something like that. So you can check that out. But yeah, so fun stuff. Fun. So what's going on with you guys? Anything new? Anything new going on in your lives? I mean, between the sickness and the cold weather, it's like, man, talk about putting a damper on people's lives. Sucks. But slowly building her YouTube empire. Yeah, I'm trying. I really am. I'm trying now. In the beginning, I just didn't care. And then I found 2 Family Homestead and learned a lot there. And, I'm learning every day about new stuff. It's hard, too, because most people have Windows operating system, and I only do Mac. So that's hard, too, because, hey, not so remote Alaska, what's up? It's hard, too, because a lot of people, they don't have that. And so when I'm trying to do something, they can't explain it to me because they don't have that. So, yeah, I heard. Primal Cajun, you couldn't show me your boobs. I'm just so disappointed. Wood ash on the ground and critters like bugs wear a hole in their bodies. Oil your fruit trees. All clay and water for the spray on the trees before they bloom. Clay and water, huh? I might have to try that. Depends oil for the trees. Biochar is your best friend to balance the land. Okay. Yes, not so remote Alaska. Super cool stuff. I was excited when it happened to me. I just couldn't believe it, And hopefully that means a lot for our channel and we'll grow. I did join Shed Wars this year. Hopefully, that does something for me too. But I'm not joining it just for that. I'd love to grow vegetables, and I knew about Shed Wars before. I didn't join it because I didn't want to be overwhelmed, with my 2-year-old. So, oh, Uncle Al, you're such a good person. You really are. Yeah, that's so awesome. But so, I forgot what I was even talking about. Oh, 400 subs. Yeah. So, yeah, I was just surprised by that. Like I said in the beginning, I wasn't taking it seriously, and now I'm taking it more seriously. So, and then I started to get some haters, So, what are you gonna do? Oh, but that's so nice. A bottle that's been sitting on the shelf for a long time. Gabe hot. Really? That works. That serious? Are you being serious about the oil thing? Oh, okay. I was like, huh? I'm like, I didn't think that was good for the birds and the environment and I don't know, insects. But yeah, for real. Or when you get them in your chat. I just did a chat the other night with author Sherry Brake. which if you guys haven't seen that, you have to watch it. I'm really into like paranormal and supernatural stuff, you know? I'm kind of geek like that. And I love ancient aliens and stuff like that. I watch that kind of stuff. So I like to think about it. I mean, I don't know if it's real or not. You know, I know I've experienced things paranormally, so that to me is real. But other stuff, like I don't know if it's real or not, but I'd like to think about it. It could be real. Like Bigfoot could be real, right? And I want to bring up my son believing in that kind of stuff because one, it's fun, and two, I would love to do. I know in Hocking Hills, Ohio, they do like that Bigfoot conference and stuff like that. I totally want to take my son. Like totally. That'd be so freaking cool. Yeah, I'm totally into Squatch. Okay. So anyway, I had author Sherry Brake on there, and she is the author of like 11 books. Who talks about she owns a company called Haunted Heartland Tours, and she does all these haunted places and stuff like that. So you got to check out that live. It's so cool. And she just recently bought a farm in West Virginia, is building this beautiful cabin and stuff like that. And she talks about her experiences and talks about her experiences with Bigfoot and stuff like that. Super cool stories. Got to check it out. It's a cool live. It's probably one of the best ones I've done thus far. So you got to check that out. You know what they say, hate is gonna hate, but it only helps you so it works. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? And it was so funny. Like, okay, I had Copper Kettle Farms on here, right? I had 2 thumbs down before I even did that live. Like nobody even seen the live yet, and you thumbsing it down. Get over yourself. Ain't for real. Whatever. Doesn't bother me. I'm just doing my thing over here. If you don't like it, whatever. I like gardening. If you want to create drama out of gardening, that's more of a mental problem. You need to watch the channel called How to Hunt. Guy reads all sorts of emails of people and encounters. He is from BC. Some beautiful video footage of the area he lives in. Cool. I'll have to check that out. I forget. Now I can't remember what it was called. Just watched a documentary not too long ago. I love documentaries. I'll watch a documentary about anything. I just watched that Britney Spears documentary. Last night, actually. I forget what it was called. It's on 2020 or ABC or something like that. It's on Hulu because I don't have cable. I haven't had cable in like 14 years. But it was like something about free Britney Spears. It's like, it's scary. Like, I feel kind of bad for her. Like, she has people that run her estate and run her life because back in the day, she suffered a nervous breakdown. So she had people take over her stuff, you know, for her while she was not able to. Well, now it's gotten so big, like they control her life. They control her, they control where she can go and what she does and how she works. And she's trying to get free from her dad, and her dad just like is ahead of her money and her estate and everything. It's like, you know, it's scary. Like, it's scary, you know, and she's able to work and stuff. So, I mean, it's a really good documentary. I highly suggest watching it, even if you don't like Britney Spears. It was a interesting documentary. Yeah, I know. I don't like drama. I stay away from it. I stay away from those people that create it. And I know right away, I know it. If somebody is dramatic, you won't see me. Bye-bye. See you later. I'll stay away from it. She is probably like Howard Hughes was. He was not in control of his life at the end. Yeah, I mean, this is weird. I forget what it's called, where somebody takes over. It starts with a C, and I can't think of it right now, but yeah, it's pretty scary. Like, she's, you know, I think she's my age. She's not. I'm on the verge of 40. I'm not quite 40 yet, but she's like my age, and like she has somebody running her life for her. And they get paid too, you know, and then, you know, she has to pay child support for her kids. And then on top of that, she has to pay for the lawyers on the opposite end. She has to pay lawyers for herself. She has to pay for her dad. Like, she's paying for all this stuff, and she's working her butt off. And it's like, you know, when is it going to come to an end? You know? Yeah. Something like that, Jay. Conservatorship. Yeah. A local town. Yeah. It's sad. It's sad, and I feel bad for her. And they were talking about how they thought that she was sending messages through Instagram because none of her contracts say anything about Instagram. And they were saying about how she felt probably completely 100% free with doing messages or being herself on Instagram or something like that. And so they thought that she was sending um, like coded messages through Instagram about her life. And at one point in time, I guess she was completely missing, and she was put in the hospital. But this conservatorship or whatever, they'll force her to go into the hospital if they think that she's going to have a breakdown or something. They just force her to go there. It's crazy. You'll have to watch it. Try getting Ron's book, Courtney, for the dirt. Okay. Sounds good to me. But anyway, yeah, I watched that documentary last night. I watched a documentary about it's called Kids in the Snow or something recently. That was a really good documentary. I highly suggest not watching it if you're very sensitive to the abuse of children. Like you're very, very sensitive to something, to that subject line. Don't watch it. But that was a really good documentary about how they tried to find the Oak Hill murderer in Michigan. Yeah, so she needs to go on the run and get off the grid. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I just feel bad for her. And then they showed this one view of her, and then it clicked with me, like she didn't want to do it. You know, when she had her residency in Las Vegas, she did all those shows. Well, she started working and working and working more. After she had her nervous breakdown and stuff, she started working more. Well, here to find out, like her dad has that conservatorship over her and is gaining all this money every time she works. He gets a percentage of it, right? So they signed her up for her residency in Las Vegas. And when she showed up for the like ribbon cutting ceremony, she was supposed to do like a dance and sing and all that crap. She just got up there and she walked right off stage and got in a car and drove away. So it makes you think like she was ticked that they signed her up for that. You know, like maybe she really didn't want to do it and they're forcing her to work because they want that money. That is so scary. Scary stuff. Scary stuff. Highly suggest watching that, and highly suggest if you're not sensitive to that kind of stuff, to watch the Kids in the Snow one episode. That makes you think about the bigwigs and stuff like that. Kind of like a Jeffrey Epstein kind of thing. It was scary stuff, but I like to watch thrilling things. So and the Zodiac killer kind of stuff, I like to watch that. I'm into that mystery stuff. So, but yeah, I'm really into Bigfoot. I want my son to grow up knowing about Bigfoot and stuff. I think not that it's like something that is like he has to know about it or something. I'm not thinking about it like a religious thing, but I just want him to grow up like, you know, to think about it and think about stuff like that and be interested in it and interested in the science of it and stuff like that. So yeah. What else? Doing a seed giveaway. Haven't figured that out yet. Carrots. If you want to join the carrot challenge, email me at whydefamilyfarm@gmail.com. I'll be doing that, and the cutoff date for that is the 26th. So email me. When you email me, I will send you the rules and the regulations for it, so you can figure that out. Well, have a good night, Uncle Al. I will send you the rules and regulations for that. So if you're interested, that just shows money won't make you happy or even make your life easier. I know. True that. Well, have a good night, Howie. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out. This wasn't really planned or anything. I just thought I'd go live and hang out with my people. You guys are my people. But yeah, some scary stuff. You have to watch some of those documentaries. I'm really into them. There was one specifically, I cannot remember the name, but it was like a place around Area 51 or something like that. And they were talking about this farm out there. God, I wish I had more information on it because I watched it a long time ago. And like a whole bunch of paranormal stuff happened there, and cows came up missing. And it was just like a bunch of weird paranormal stuff going on there. So they did like several things. Well, yeah, Skinwalker Ranch. Thank you, Sarah. The Big Blue House Homestead. How you doing, girl? Yeah, that's what it was called, the Skinwalker Ranch. Totally have to watch that if you're into that, Jay, by the way. Super cool stuff. I'm interested in it. I would totally be there trying to figure out what's going on, listening, totally do it. Into it. So have to watch it. I'm into the weird stuff. I can't help it. But yeah, so some point in time, when I do my seed giveaway, you'll have to pay attention. Oh, cool. I can never sleep. So thanks for hanging out. Someday I will go live, and it won't, my seed giveaway, my 400 subscriber giveaway is going to be random. So you'll just have to pay attention to my lives and go from there, because I'm just gonna decide to go live one day and bam. So you just have to pay attention. And yeah. So I'm gonna have that sometime in the next, I'm gonna narrow it down. So in the next couple weeks, I'm gonna have my 400 subscriber giveaway, which now it's like 464. I watched a channel that does a lot of small unknown stories about World War II. One about how they discovered the bodies of the Bismarck, Frederick the Great, and his wife. Interesting stuff. I watched some of that stuff too. There was one about, I cannot think of his name. The guy during World War II, it was the Japan one, and how the Japanese hid a bunch of stuff in the Philippines. I cannot think of that general's name right now at the top of my head, but they were like searching for the treasure, and how there was like a bunch of booby traps and stuff like that. Watched that episode of that, and it was really cool. I cannot think of the guy's name right now, but that was a really cool episode of that, them searching for the lost treasure. I'm really also into the Romanovs. Watch a lot of documentary about the Romanovs. Really interested in that part of history. Oh my God. Speaking of which, I took a nap this afternoon, and my husband always watches we're watching I think it's the Mysteries of the Underworld. I always watched that show before. I don't think there's any more new episodes, but they're on YouTube. So we were watching that, and it came on about, what's his name? Dracula, Vlad the Impaler. Totally into Vlad the Impaler, by the way. So cool. I love to learn about him. And so they had a huge thing on there talking about him and about this guy. I mean, he was completely ruthless. I mean, just completely ruthless. So I watched a huge episode on him, and they went to his castles and stuff and visited underneath. That's the thing about the underworld part of it, is that they go underneath all these buildings and look at the dungeons and stuff that you wouldn't normally see on tours and stuff like that. Then they had to try and find some place to bury them. No one wanted them buried in their chapel. Yeah. That's cool stuff. Yeah. Oh, completely. I think the guy, he was ruthless, but I think he was a really good leader. Like, I think he knew what he wanted. He did. I didn't realize that there was a huge thing. Like, he lived in Transylvania, and then he built a castle in Hungary, and then his brother took over and captured him or something, and then he spent 12 years in the dungeon in Hungary. And then I think he kind of went a little crazy because of that dungeon. And then his brother died. Like he got out, they let him out 12 years later. And then his brother died, and then he got to be a leader again. I think it was something like he ruled for 20 years, but it wasn't consecutively. And so it was really interesting. I've always wanted to go over there. I always wanted to see it. I do have a friend in Hungary. We've been writing back and forth since I was like in 6th grade. So I thought about going over there. I've always wanted to go to Transylvania. I've always been really interested in that. And so, yeah. And I guess, where he's buried is really cool too. Like the guy went, I'm interested in visiting grave sites and stuff like that too, but the guy went over, crossed this like little river and went to the chapel where he is buried. And, he did save Europe. He was ruthless, but he was ruthless for a reason. He wanted to save his people. And it's sad what happened to him. Like, in the beginning, he had that castle, and then his wife jumped off because she didn't want to be captured, so she basically killed herself, and he got away, and because there was like hideout places in the castle, and he kind of got away and stuff. Yeah, I guess Transylvania is very into that folklore, and I did watch an episode. I can't remember who did it though. And unfortunately, I want to say it was Ghost Adventures. I'm not a big Ghost Adventures person because I think that guy is super dramatic. But unfortunately, I think it was where they go over there, and they had it's still happening today, and where people think that there are vampires out there. And so a guy, I don't know, murdered his brother or something like that, and was and stuff like that, but he got away with it because it was part of the folklore of the town, and because they still believe in vampires. And it was very interesting. Yeah, he's so cheesy, man. I'm really into like ghost hunters and figuring out the scientific part of it. I don't want to harass the ghosts and get them all ticked off at me and then create this giant drama. Like, that's not what it's about. However, he did do one about the Cecil Hotel. Totally into that. Want to watch that. But you can't watch it because it's on Discovery Plus now. Everything is Discovery Plus, Discovery Plus. Like, I don't want to pay for that. I already pay for Hulu and Netflix. Like, I don't want any more things I have to pay for. So I guess I'll just have to wait till it comes out bootleg or something. Oh, okay. Cosmic Chariot. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I'm rambling too, just hanging out with y'all. It was nice listening. Yeah. Okay. I've read that. Just carry your proton pack with you at all times. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good times. I've been on some really cool ghost hunts and stuff like that. Moundsville State Penitentiary, Waverly Hills Sanitarium, but of those two places, those were the mecca for me back in the day. Especially Waverly Hills Sanitarium, that was the mecca for me to go there, because I always wanted to go there. And so I found a tour, and we drove there all night, and we even went to a movie or something. We drove all that way just to go to a movie, and then we stayed up for half the day, slept in the car a little bit, and then did our tour all night, and then drove back home. But it was a lot of fun. We had a good time. It's cool to do that kind of stuff, and you're not doing drugs, you're not drinking, you're not, you're just having fun doing cool, weird stuff. Why not? It's a lot of fun, clean fun. Yeah. But the Waverly Hills one was really cool. They have a body chute that I walked down where they would take the bodies down. There's been a lot of weird paranormal stuff that actually has happened there after the sanitarium stopped being a sanitarium. There has been weird paranormal activity. People died on the property and stuff like that. And there's no electricity in the building, and there's no, like, when I was there was no windows either. So, um, so you wouldn't see any reflections, or you wouldn't, if you saw a light, you knew that it wasn't electricity, because there's no electricity in the building and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. The only thing that really creeped me out, I talked about it in that episode, that live with Sherry Brake. I talked about it, and it freaked me out was the fourth floor, because they had a doctor. I don't know if he was maliciously doing it. Their operating room at that time period was actually kind of cool to see, because they didn't have AC, or anything like that. They had a freaking couple windows that you could open in the operating room. And it was just out in the open. Everything was out in the open. It just kind of shocked to see how far medically we have advanced. That was kind of cool to see. But I couldn't go on that fourth floor. I'm an empath, and so I feel things and stuff like that. And so that fourth floor really freaked me out. I left. I walked down with one of the supervisors off the fourth floor. I couldn't do it. There was weird things that happened on the elevator shaft and stuff like that. And everything like that happened. A nurse hung herself on the fourth floor as well. So I just kind of felt this weird vibe up there, and I wasn't into it. It was the most scariest experience. And that particular night too, there was a full moon. So just, kind of got to you a little bit. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'm going to randomly go live sometime in the next week. And when I go live, I'm going to kiss this duck. This duck right here. You'll see it. I'm going to kiss this duck. And I'm going to go live, and I'm going to do a seed giveaway for my 400 plus subscribers. So I really appreciate everybody, because without you, I couldn't do this. And I couldn't, spread my knowledge of gardening, So I really appreciate all of you. What else? I'm having Mary from Mary's Heirloom Seeds tomorrow night at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. She's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be her first live, so I appreciate it if you all could stop out and support her. What else? Carrot Challenge. If you are interested in the Carrot Challenge, you can email me at whydefamilyfarm@gmail.com, and I will send you personally the rules through email, so you have an actual copy of that. There'll be 2 prizes, one for the longest carrot and one for the heaviest carrot. And then if you do any videos or whatever, there is a hashtag, so make sure you do the hashtag. And then the final day for that carrot challenge will be July 1st, and we will send out prizes. And I'll probably do a big live as well on July 1st. And it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. So I highly suggest you do the carrot challenge. Why not? A lot of people aren't doing anything. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. Everybody has to wear a mask. So why not? Why not do this carrot challenge? And you can grow it in any way you want. You can grow it in a pot or anything like that. So cool stuff. Is there anybody out there still? I haven't seen a comment in a while. I see that there's 5 people in the chat, but nobody's commenting. Yeah. So, I just decided to go live tonight, hang out with you all. And I got people in here I wasn't normally. I got Gunslinger in here. I got a lot of people I wasn't expecting to, just pop in the chat. And I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting Uncle Al for sure, because I was told that he was doing stuff. And so, oh, good. Well, at least I hope I'm being entertaining. At some point in time. But yeah, so like I said, Mary's Heirloom Seed tomorrow night. So if you guys have any questions, about anything that I'm talking about, you can put that in the chat. And then also the Mary's heirloom seed thing that night. If you have questions, you just got to make sure that it's in all caps. And yeah, totally keep this between me and you, like I said, but check out her website because she has seeds that no one else has. So, and I pay attention to stuff like that. So check out her website, inexpensive, free shipping, and yeah, you can get some really good quality seeds. She also has a YouTube as well. It's Mary's Heirloom Seeds, and she talks about planting and all different kinds of stuff. So something to pique your interest this evening. If you are up and out, you can watch that. Yeah. So what else has been going on in the world other than the fact that it's freaking cold? This sucks, man. Every year around this time, it's like you get so excited about gardening. I found the comfrey actually on her site. I went ahead and ordered it. Guess what I ordered too? I ordered ramps. Ramps? Like, what? I never seen seeds for ramps before. And I know it's a West Virginia thing. So I am really excited about planting those. I read somewhere though, if you plant them from seed, it takes 5 to 7 years. I hope that's not the case, but I don't know where I'm going to plant them. I might plant them in my food forest. Something to think about. Yeah, she might be sold out now. I mean, I just ordered the other night. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I'm on her website ordering seeds. I'm not a real big fan of paying for shipping for things unless I'm getting stuff for super cheap. So I hadn't ordered from her in a long time because I purchased like 3 packets of seeds from her, and I had to pay shipping, and I was like, And then I was talking to Sherry from Two Family Homestead about her, telling her I'm having her on the show and whatever. And she's like, oh yeah. She's like, I'm well aware of her. She's like, I ordered seeds from her. I said, well, before I had to pay for shipping. So I was like, and she's like, oh, you don't have to pay for shipping. And I'm like, she's like, we never have. And I'm like, that's interesting. So I wonder if it just switched up, maybe she's doing more of a business now. So she doesn't charge for shipping, or you have to maybe order over a certain amount. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. So I got free shipping on what I ordered. I spent about $21 and I ordered some seeds. So I'm excited. Yeah, I must have got lucky because yeah, I've never grown comfrey before. I'm super excited about doing that. I know it's really, really good for the environment and for your plants and stuff like that. So gonna plant that. I have this idea, in my head for this food forest. Maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't. I don't know. But I'm willing to try. And I'm going to try and get that free website where you get free mulch and wood and stuff from people nearby or from that company. I forget what it is, Dirt Pickup or something like that. I created an account and now I can't remember it. But I'm going to try and see if I can get free mulch and stuff from them and then mulch that area. That's what I'm thinking about doing because that is a really big area. It's probably an acre long or so, maybe a half acre of fruit trees on the side of my house over here. So something to think about. Yeah, I must have been really lucky then because I found those comfrey seeds and I jumped on it. Let me see if I can remember what I ordered from her. Let me see. I know I screenshot everything. Every time I order something online or something, I screenshot it just so I have the order number and everything. Let's see if I can find it. I ordered Creeping Time, which I thought was super pretty. And I have these really old barn stones along the front of my house and stuff that for landscaping. So I thought about putting some of that Creeping Time in there with those barn stones. I thought that would be really pretty. Tiger melon, pak choy this time. I've had bok choy, but never a pak choy. I'm going to try that. And then I got a package of comfrey seeds and 2 packages of wild leek ramps for $7. And it came to $21 free shipping. Oh, jicama. I bought some jicama. People said you couldn't find that anywhere this year. So I did buy some jicama too. So I'm excited about that. Can't wait to get that. I got some big things coming up on my lives. And I try to do something different every time. I try to make it interesting every time. There are some big things coming up. One is Trip H is going to be here on the 24th talking about elderberries. So that's going to be a big thing. I got the Rebel Canner coming in. She's going to be talking about food preservation, which is going to be really big for the preppers. So I highly suggest coming in for that. She's going to be talking about canning. And I'm more interested in her too. Like, I'm interested in these people and why they came to do this, how they got there. That's really interesting to me. And so I'm going to have that. And then I'm going to have J Pop Star, Mai Fakui. She is a Japanese pop star, and I've been friends with her for a long time, and she's coming on my show all the way from Japan. And I'm going to have her on here. She has a Wikipedia. She is signed to a record label, and she has several albums out, and she has a really good voice, plays a lot of beautiful music as well, but she's a J-pop star, and I'm going to have her on my show. And that's going to be on March 10th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So definitely want to check that out if you can. It's going to be a lot of fun. I just recently reached, let me see how many subscribers I have now, if I have gained any. But over the past couple days, I gained a ton of subscribers. So I have 463 subscribers now, and I'm super excited about that. Never usually happens to me. I wish nothing but good stuff for my channel, but I work really hard, and sometimes it gets a little discouraging, you know? It gets discouraging, and then you want to quit. And though I don't want to quit, but sometimes you think about it, you know? Like, oh, why am I doing this? And then you gain subscribers, and you're like, oh, I'm back in the game, you know? And so, yeah. Check that out. Check out my pages. I'm going to be doing a bunch of different things this year. I'm seriously considering opening an Etsy shop. I've opened an Etsy shop before. I sold jewelry. I made jewelry before, and I sold it, and I paint. And I've sold my paintings on Etsy and stuff before. I'm thinking about opening another Etsy shop after the summer and selling tea. I got a ton of herbs and stuff this year. I'm thinking about making herbal blends and stuff like that, and trying selling that on Etsy. Nothing big though, nothing big. Maybe make some of my seeds when I, harvest those and stuff like that. Thinking about that. But yeah, I have my seeds here for my giveaway. Super excited. And it even says Whyde Family Farm giveaway on them. Super excited. I got a ton of seeds to be giving away. But I'm going to wait till after I think I go live with Mary's Heirloom Seeds to do a seed giveaway. I just, out of respect for her. What else? That's pretty much it, guys. And thanks for listening. I got 5 people to listen to me. It's for real. 5 people listen to me for an hour and 18 minutes. Yeah, they're saints. Absolute saints. Appreciate it. Yeah, pray for my husband. He's out there in this horrible weather tonight, and it's 3 degrees, and it's horrible. It's freezing out. I got a fire started, but I had a heck of a time. Hello, number 6. Thanks for coming in. I don't know who you are. But I had a heck of a time trying to keep that fire going. Like, I have to leave it open and let the air get to it. Otherwise, it keeps fizzling out. I'm burning nothing but hard oak this evening as well. I don't know if you have a fireplace or are well aware, but oak is really hard burning. So is cherry. They're harder woods, so they burn hot and hard. So I'm burning all that this evening. Every year, before the winter, we buy slab wood and then we cut that up. We cut it up smaller so it fits in this stove, and it really works. Hey, yeah, I'm up late. I'm rambling too. Hey, Homestead Aquarius, thanks for coming by. But we buy slab wood and I put it in there, and like I just put a huge chunk in there earlier. It kept the house okay because we run off oil, and we filled it our oil tank in July, I think, or something like that, for $300. Super excited. That was like the cheapest oil fill we ever had, because I think the year before it was like $1,200. So we filled it up, and we want to save as much of it as we can in case something really does happen and we don't have the firewood. So we substitute with firewood, and we keep it hot in here so the furnace doesn't keep going. I think I got it up to like 78 degrees in here the other night, and it got pretty hot. It was nice. And then tonight, of course, it's like 3 freaking degrees, and I'm having a heck of a time trying to keep it going. Throwing the wood in there. I mean, it's hot. It's getting hot. It's just not putting off the heat. So it's warm, 28 here tonight. Yeah, that's not fun. This isn't fun. I want to get out there and grow stuff and be outside. Like, seriously, I haven't been outside in like 3 days, 3 or 4 days. Hey, never enough time. What's up? But yeah, so I haven't been outside. Like, seriously, earlier, I didn't have this hat on because I haven't done my hair, but I had my hooded sweatshirt up like this, and I was under a huge comforter, and I was like this, and I fell asleep like this. And then, of course, I fell asleep with my slippers on, too. I'm like, ugh, I can't stand this weather. Can't stand it. But, you know, I'm a Ohio girl. I'm used to it, right? Kind of. And then every year it comes, and it's like, oh, I'm just happy I don't live in Cleveland or in the snow belt, because if I did, it would be 10 times worse. I think I'm about a half hour away from the snow belt area. The snow belt gets all the crap from Lake Erie. So they get worse. They get hit worse. So it's, yeah, pretty bad. So I'm glad I don't live there. Is your oil tank buried underground? I have a huge pipe coming up in my yard with large metal thing underneath. Not sure what it's for. No, it's on the side of the house, our oil tank. We actually use oil. It's not propane, it's oil. Eventually, at some point in time, we will get a propane tank and forget about the oil, because it's just so expensive. I mean, propane is expensive as well, but not near as expensive as oil. So eventually we will do that. And plus, I want to have a gas stove. I want to have a gas stove, 1, for canning, and 2, if the power goes out, then I have a way of cooking. So that's one way of doing it. I'm a prepper, but I'm only like 50% prepared. Not even 50%. I think I'm about 25% prepared. I did that 10 prepper challenge that Uncle Al did, and I did that, and I answered all those questions pretty fairly. You know, I'm just, I prep, but I'm not like, I don't have a bunker and all that crap like some people do. It's just like, I don't have it. I don't have the means. I don't have the money for that. I do have a farm here, and I don't plan on going anywhere. So people are like, oh, do you have your bug out bag? And I'm like, no, I don't need a bug out bag. I'm bugging out in this house. So, yeah. What else? Yeah, I don't know what that pipe is. You might want to get that checked out. I hope it's not like a gas line or something going through your property. If it is, you need to hit that up and see what's going on. I don't know. Primal Cajun, I watched one of your videos the other day about the chicken. I think it was the chicken. Looked freaking good, man. I think it was the Popeyes chicken one. Yeah. Totally into that. That was some yummy looking chicken. And the chicken you did, it was like when you bit into it, it was like it was moist and like it wasn't dry, and it didn't look gross. It just looked like a really good chicken. Yeah, that was yummy. It's like a huge tank with a pipe coming out of it. I don't know. Septic tank? Could it be an old cistern? Something like that? I know around here, not here where I live, in the next county over, they have horrible water, like horrible water. It smells like rotten eggs. Like the whole region is like that over. We're lucky we don't live there because that would be disgusting. And a lot of people get like a water cistern, and they get their water filled up like, you know, a couple times a month, or whatever. I think it's not a couple times a month. God, if you're going through that much water, there's some issues. I'm tired, I guess. No, they get it filled like every, 6 months or something like that. And so they don't use the water on their property. Yeah, that looked good. Yeah, no one knows what it is. It's like a huge tank with a pipe. I don't know, honey. I don't know what that is. Sorry, but I don't know. I don't. It doesn't sound like a septic tank. It could be like an old tank of some sort. I don't know. If you're not using it and you don't know what it's for, then it's probably older. I don't know. I don't know how old your house is either. So I don't know. Yeah. So what else is going on in the YouTube world out there, folks? Anything going on? Anything creepy, paranormal in the YouTube world that you want to talk about? Size of tanker truck. Smells chemically weird stuff. Oh, Lord. I hope that's not leaking out into your yard or something. It's from the 70s. Size of a tanker truck. And smells chemically weird stuff. I don't know, man. I would get it checked out, though. That sounds bad. That sounds not good. I would totally like I wouldn't even know who to call. Maybe a local septic company. See if they can come out and figure out what the tank is. Or maybe, I don't know, an excavating company of some sort that can remove it and you can figure out what it is. But that would cost a lot of money to remove it, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, I'd be concerned if it was something with chemicals, because you don't want that leaking into your groundwater. That sounds scary. That's kind of sounds crazy. Yeah, I'm curious. That has to be all kinds of possibilities. Yeah, for real. Is the pipe covered? No rain can get into it. Yeah, that's what I'd be concerned, that it might be leaking into your groundwater, or something like that if there was chemicals. It's a capped pipe, like 3 inches around, has a flip cap. Huh. And when you bought the place, they didn't mention it. Huh. Interesting. I don't know, honey. Definitely have to figure that out, though. I'd be concerned. I wonder if it doesn't sound like a septic tank, obviously. I don't know. You got to figure that one out. And when you figure it out, let us know, because now we're curious. The show. But yeah, so yeah. I think it's a real mystery too. Holy bejeebus. It could be something bad. You don't know. That's the part that would concern me. Hmm. It's 40 feet from the well. Yeah, let us know, because if it's 40 feet from your well, I wonder, it's not, no, I don't know. It wouldn't be a leach bed or something like that. I don't know, honey. You gotta figure that one out and let us know. Yeah, yeah, something like that. See if there's uh, yeah, that's a good idea. Back in the 1973, there was a made-up oil crisis that caused the price of gas and diesel to skyrocket and be rationed. Many people installed their own tanks. Oh, that's not good. That could be it too. And if that's the case, then you could have like a big tank of oil in your ground and it's like 40 feet from your well. Yeah, I definitely get that checked out. That would concern me. I mean, it might leak. You don't know, you know? That's scary. We had a gas station downtown where I live, really small. It was so small that it was like on the side of a house. That's how small it was. And they had to remove the tanks and all of that because the gas station was leaking. It was leaking, contaminated, contaminating all the oil around there. So you got to watch that kind of stuff. They buy fuel directly from the oil company so that they didn't have to worry about having fuel for a while. Dang, I mean, that could be it, man. That could be it. Get this crap, right? Like all my aunt and uncle, they live down the street, and all their lives they had free gas because they lived in direct line with a gas line. Um, and my great grandmother and stuff, they used to own the property that the gas line was on. So all their lives they had free gas. And then my great grandmother passed away. They sold off the property, but my aunt and uncle still had access to that gas. The contract or something ran out over Christmas, and they don't have any gas or heat in their house right now. And it's like 3 degrees tonight. Yeah, get that crap. I was so mad when I heard that. I'm like, really? And then they cut it off on Christmas too. Who does that? That's mean. I know companies don't think about that kind of stuff, but I mean, she was trying to cook her Christmas dinner. All she has is a gas stove, and she's trying to cook Christmas dinner, and the gas is going out. Crap. Could be fuel oil for the house. It could be. They might have buried the tank. That is kind of smart than keeping it on the side of your house. I know a lot of people now put their fuel oil tanks in the basement of their house. But if they have it, they're trying to get rid of the oil tank things for oil heat in the house and trying to go with electricity now. So it's kind of a thing of the past. But it could be from an old oil system. If you don't have that kind of heat in your house anymore, I mean that could be it. I'm not sure. Yeah, but kind of crazy stuff. So my aunt and uncle are older. They're in their 80s. Well, my uncle, I think he's 90, and then my other great aunt lives with them, and then it's my other great aunt. She's a little bit younger, but they don't have any heat, and so they have two huge stoves that they heat the house with. But still, I mean, they're older. Come on, give them a break. I mean, that's so wrong. I feel so bad for them. So I have had a huge heater that I use for this house, and I don't use it that much anymore because um, I have a stove. So I gave it to them to use for the meantime, so they can stay warm. That's it's too bad. Too bad. I understand how that is, huh, Otis? Well, I'm probably gonna end the chat anyway. I mean, I've had 7 people in here all night and only 2 people chatting. Um, cool. If you're listening, my dog here, he has to go out every 5 minutes usually, and I'm surprised he doesn't have to go out right now. It's kind of crazy. Get over here. Come here. Stop exploring, Otis. Um, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see them or not, but yeah. Thanks, Homestead Aquarius. Yep. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm just chatting it up and talking about. I'm doing a live tomorrow. Mary's Heirloom Seeds going to be with me tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern Standard. If you want to stop on by, I'm going to be doing a seed giveaway for reaching 464 subscribers. And yeah, I got a lot of cool stuff coming up. I'm going to have a J-pop star on my show, Mai Fakui. I'm going to have Trip H talking about elderberries. I'm going to have the Rebel Canners on here as well. I get it. Yeah, I'm going to head out too. So I just thought I would go live. I'm doing a carrot contest if you're interested in joining. I know it's not Shed Wars, but doing a giant carrot contest. Email me at whydefamilyfarm@gmail.com if you want to enter in that. I will send you the rules and regulations for that. We're doing the longest carrot and the heaviest carrot, 2 different categories, and you can win a prize. And the cutoff for that is February 26th. And the date that it ends is going to be July 1st. So you can win a prize. And you'll also get a certificate from us as well, saying that you had the longest or the biggest carrot. And so you can get some street cred. Yeah, you can hang that on your wall or something like that. Cool stuff, huh? Everybody wants some street cred when it comes to the biggest carrot, right? Yeah. So we're going to do that. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to head out too. I'm tired now from chatting it up. And I've been chatting now for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Wow. I can really ramble, can't I? All right, y'all. Well, it was good chatting with you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for everybody who came in at the beginning of the chat as well. Like I was expecting maybe 1 or 2 people. So thank you. And have a great evening. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Mary's Heirloom Seeds, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's her first live interview. So we'll see you then. You have a great night, guys. Bye.